Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a highly requested one. Highly requested because I've received compliments on it. I've also received numerous questions about it. Yes, so in today's video, I am going to be talking about my skin. Yay! So right now, I'm actually on my way to see my dermatologist in Brooklyn for my checkup, and I think I'll just include that in the video as well, and include that as an update after I've taken you guys through my journey for the past 6 months. So if you're interested, please keep on watching, and I hope this is going to be very informative. And feel free to ask if I don't touch on certain topics that you might want to know about in the comment section. A disclaimer: I am not a doctor or a medical advisor, so the knowledge you're going to get from this video is not in line with that. This is just through my experience, so you cannot sue me or take me to court. If you do so, God will punish you. But yeah, I'm not a medical advisor, guys, nor am I a medical doctor. I'm just taking you through my experience. So even after watching this video, I do advise you guys to go and see your doctors and your dermatologists. And some of the meds as well, you can't get them just by walking in the pharmacy. Some of them are Schedule 5 drugs, which are very powerful. So you still need to see the doctor so that you can get a prescription. So yeah. Okay, let's do this. So I am going to be taking you guys through my skincare journey, how I cleared my acne and how long it took me. It was a 6-month journey in total. I'm also going to be covering the costs and a touch on the products that I used. I'm going to do a separate video, part 2, about how I used the product and the likes. So this is just a touch and go on the products. If you want to know how I used the products, where I got them, and things like that, then look out for part 2. So I'm also going to insert some footage of the journey, some clips. Unfortunately, I don't have clips from month 1 to month 6. I would sometimes forget. You know, when you're looking like that, you just don't feel like picking up the camera and recording yourself. However, I do have some clips. I think there's month 3. There's when I first started, and I think when I finished the treatment. So yeah, you're going to see them somewhere along, the course of this video. However, it's going to be edited. Okay, so what went into this is I started doing some research. I just didn't want to jump to the next doctor or whatever. So I fortunately had people on my Instagram that shared about their acne journey, and one of them was actually based in South Africa as well. So I contacted her and I asked her about tips and the likes. And one of the key tips, I'm not being racist or anything, so please don't come at me with that. One of the key tips that she emphasized on was that you should look for a dermatologist that has the same skin color as you. So she should either be black or Indian, like brown skin, because it's very easier for, they know, I mean, that's the skin they are in, they know what it is. This was actually very applicable because there was a time I had a white, what do you call it? She was in anesthetic. She worked at an anesthetic clinic, so she would do my chemical peels and the likes. So she actually told me that she identified this as scarring, which is not. This is called hyperpigmentation. This is what happens on a black girl's skin or on a black person's skin when it's healing from whatever was on it. So in my case, it was pimples. So things like that actually do matter. You might take them lightly, but sometimes even their advice might be generalized, or they'll give you things that work. We're different. We just have to admit it. We're different. So they might give you things that work well for their skin and not well for our skin, Or you might actually see that the process is super slow because it's not meant for our skin type or skin color. So yeah, that was the first thing that I did.
So yeah, the reason why I wanted a female dermatologist, not saying male dermatologists are not qualified or they don't know what they're doing. No, I'm not saying that. This is my preference. I just wanted, I felt like a female black dermatologist was going to get me, because black girls care about their skin, they care about their hair, we care about our looks in general. So I knew that the tips were going to, I just didn't want someone to just treat me, I also wanted tips, I also wanted advice and things like that. But then I just felt like if it was a guy, they were just going to find what was causing the acne, give me the treatment, and I would miss on those in between tips and whatever, which I'm also going to share with you guys in this video. So sharp, I found my dermatologist. She is based in Brooklyn, Pretoria. She also has another office. I think I'll just put all the details in the description. So yeah, I went in for my first consultation. So with this consultation, what happened was she had to identify what was causing my acne, and she managed to do that within like 5 seconds. She's like, girl, you have oily skin, and it's from the internal side. So it might have been because when uni started, maybe I started using Vaseline, or maybe I was using Vaseline continuously, and it just. So yeah, it was from the inside, and she was like, you have two options. You can either treat it from the surface, but that's going to not work properly, or we can treat it from the inside, and that is very aggressive. What do you want? And I was like, dude, I want the aggressive one, because I want this to go. I want it to go. So the treatment for the inside, I'm trying to not use scientific terms, because some people may find it boring. But then, if I can't find a substitute, I am just going to, use the scientific term. So yeah, so it was my skin layer, the dermis. It was very, very oily. So yeah, it had to be treated from the inside. So she prescribed to me. How these pills were given to me was, the first month I was given half. So it's very, very essential for the doctor to weigh you. So I was weighed, and should I share my weight? I might as well. I mean, I'm not gonna. Yeah. So I was 60. I think I was 63 kgs. So just to do like a trial run to see how you're going to react to the meds, you're given half the dose. So half of that, they don't do like getting a dose of 64. They just round it down or round it up depending to which number you're closest to, like basic grade 3 meds. So yeah, I was 64, so I was closer to 60. Following that, just to do the trial run, so I started my treatment in December 2020. Yes. So December 2020, when I got my Acnetane, I was given 30 milligrams for the whole month, just so that my system could get used to the pills, because they are very, very aggressive, guys. Oof, they're very aggressive. So after that, you have to do a checkup, and that checkup is just to see how you have reacted to the pills, and just to see if you can move on to the next stage, which is when the treatment starts. So so after that, she looked at me, everything was fine. She's like, okay, now we can start. So I graduated to 60 milligrams. So it's according to your weight. So this is why you can't really share the prescription. I mean, it's even written on the pills. Also for many reasons, because this drug is very, very dangerous. It's very, very aggressive. And if you're pregnant as well, you can't use this drug, guys. You can't use this drug. You kill your baby. And if not, the baby will have a lot of defects. The possibilities are very, very high. So please, 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 before you start this treatment, go for your pregnancy tests if you're not sure. And if you're sexually active, you're also advised to be on the contraceptive pill. So yeah, that you can talk to your doctor, and that will be an option for you. So one thing that you also need to know is that before this treatment, first appointment with your doctor, you are also given a prescription, like a letter or prescription that says you have to do some blood tests to check your cholesterol and things like that. With regards to this medication, it is very, very important for your cholesterol to be checked. So your levels of cholesterol would depend whether you're going to use this treatment or not. So my levels of cholesterol were fine, so I went ahead with the treatment. So yes, as I was saying, I was given my 60 milligrams, and then I started the treatment. Alongside the pills, you're also advised to get products. So you get quite a long prescription. And then with that prescription, it's to help with the side effects that you get from the drug, because it is very sensitive. So for me, first month, there was nothing really. I think what started was, so it's, yeah, my lips. My lips. Oh, goodness, my lips. So
flames. Going to see it again. Going to see it.
And my eyes, they became super sensitive to light. It was so bad. I'd lost my glasses, so I even had to get a prescription and get new glasses because it was so bad. Like, you can't even look at your phone, you can't even look at your laptop, you can't even drive, you can't even look at anything that has to do with light. Like, you just have to switch off the light, otherwise it hurts. It's like someone is putting salt. You know when you put salt on a wound, on a wet fresh wound? Yeah, that's how it felt when it with regards to light. It was so bad. So yeah, those were the first symptoms, the only symptoms I had during the first month. And then second month, I also had to go see her so that she could see how I was responding to the meds. So yeah, I went there and I got my prescription again when I was done with the first prescription. And this time around, I was given a 2-month prescription so that I wouldn't have to see her again when my first prescription was out, when the first initial prescription was out. So yeah, got that, got weighed again. So it's adjusted according to your weight. So if you've gained 10 kgs and you're not 70, you're getting 70. And yes, the pills, if you're 30 kgs, the price for someone who's 30 kgs and the price for someone who's 60 kgs, yes, varies. So because, I mean, if you want 60 milligrams, that means you want more pills. And then someone wants 30 milligrams, they want less pills. So obviously, the higher your weight, the higher the price you're going to pay for your medication. So yeah, then I went for my second appointment. Yeah, everything was fine. So I was given 60 milligrams by 2 months. And also I was given additives of the products that I had to use with regards to my skin and whatever. Month 2 wasn't as bad. I'm not sure if I had a breakout or anything drastic. If so, you see a clip. If not, you won't see anything. Month 3, I think that's when it started getting hectic, because how these meds work is that it like puts all the pimples on the surface, so you break out, like it gets worse before it can get better. So I was so scared because I had seen this girl on Twitter sharing her journey and stuff, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna leave the house. But I'm also going to insert a clip of what my breakout looked like.
So yeah, in all honesty, I think it wasn't that drastic. It was just, yeah, one of those.
It wasn't as drastic. It was there, I mean, but it wasn't as drastic. And yeah, those are the symptoms that started showing. Muscle aches, yes. So with these meds, guys, you can't go to the gym, you can't exercise because your muscles are so fragile and it's so painful. There were times whereby I would just scream. It'll feel like someone is literally smashing my bones with a hammer or something. It was so painful, and you wouldn't even have had done anything. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, but you're just sitting there, and something just feels like it snapped. It was so it was so painful. And then month 4, it was just like, man, make it stop, make it stop, make it stop. So these meds also dry you out. They dry any, I think that's like, no, I don't think, I know. That's actually why the eyes hurt, and that's why they become sensitive to light, because you're actually also given eye drops. So I'm just going to give you a rundown of the list towards the end of the meds. But I think, like I said, I'll do a proper video of the products and how I used them so that, it just makes sense. So yeah, you're actually given eye drops to lubricate your eyes, because your eyes would have dried out, and eyes are not supposed to be dry, they're always supposed to be lubricated. So that's where the pain was also stemming from with regards to the eyes. And also lips are supposed to be naturally moisturized, so you're even also supposed to use even baby balm cream to moisturize your lips, because they'll be so sensitive.
The worst part is down there.
Pampa kaip. Pampa kaip.
It's not supposed to be dry down there. We all know that. And also, yeah, our down there has a normal pH. Okay, not a normal pH, but it has a stipulated pH that it's supposed to maintain the environment and everything. These pills alter that, because obviously you've been taking the same thing every single day. So you take the pill once a day, but it's so strong because it's building up for this is month 4. It's been building up for the past 4 months every single day. 30 to 31 days, you're taking the same thing every single day, 60 milligrams. So you can imagine build up. So yeah, you can imagine how bad it was. Down there was the worst for me. Yeah, sometimes I'd cry. I'm not going to lie. That was the worst. That was the worst. So obviously, because the pill has built up in your system, and obviously when you pee and whatever, it's in your urine. So obviously when the urine passes out, it has a different pH. Probably it's super acidic. So it's going to change the pH of the natural environment for you down there. And yeah, yeast infections, expect to get yeast infections. I think every month I even bought something for them, because yeah, I think that was the worst part. The sensitivity of the sun, the skin and everything, it was bad, but down there, nah. That was the worst part, because it was just bad. It's not supposed to be dry. It wasn't made like that. So these pills dry everything out. Dry everything out. And I've read that in some instances with other people, it's actually like your scalp might actually get dry to the extent that your hair might actually fall out. I was fortunate that didn't really happen to me, although I think it did happen a bit, but it wasn't drastic. My friend was laughing at me and saying, well, with the way you have a lot of hair, we could never tell, because it's still a lot. I don't know, but yeah, I didn't experience that, so I'm not going to put that as a side effect. 5th and 6th month, yeah, it was just, we're not even going to talk about that, okay? I saw flames. It was just one of those. It's still the same dose, it's still building up, but it was just, yeah, it was just one of those. But then I actually started seeing my skin clearing up, and it was so smooth and supple, like you can see right now. Because how the meds work, Zed, it's actually, yeah, so you're building baby cells. So the baby cells are obviously building up. If you're making 1,000 a day, oh, this number is not accurate, I'm just giving an example. So if you're making 1,000 baby cells a day, imagine how many baby cells you're gonna have in 6 months, because they're just building up and building up and building up and building up. So yeah, so there were actually days where my skin was so smoother than this, and like after washing, it's just so clear and everything. It was just so nice. I was like, oh man, it's just so news. So yeah, that's actually how it works as well, with skin regeneration and stuff. So yeah, hence with the lips as well, like I said, it was very important for me to use the baby balm cream, because they were so sensitive. They were also part of the process. So this is actually new skin that I have. Even throughout the body, I do have new skin. So yeah. Okay, let's skip to the part that most of you came here for, which is the costs. Okay, so my first consultation, I think, was 1,500, which was just to inquire and also get that note thing so that I could get approval for blood tests to any lab. And then the second consultation was for me to start the treatment and also to, okay, I can't even read my handwriting. To set what? To set first. Okay, I don't know what I wanted to say. So yeah, it was to start my treatment and also to, that's when I got my prescription. Yeah, that's when I got my prescription for the very first time. It was on the second consultation. After my blood tests had been checked, did they okay for me to proceed with the treatment? And I think this was 1,005 or 1,750. So yeah. So the third one was after 1 month. So after I got my initial prescription, my very first prescription, the doctor instructed me to come back so that she could see if I was responding to the meds well. And yeah, it was that. And then remember, this was just the trial run. She was testing if I was responding to the 30 milligrams, it wasn't really the start of the treatment because 60 milligrams is the start of the treatment because that was corresponding with my weight. So this was just to see. It was just one of those. But yeah, I still paid for that. So that was $1,250 to the medication, which was my 60 milligrams. By 2 months. Yeah, so I went there and I got a prescription for 2 months, which was my 60 milligrams. And then I paid $1,250 for consultation. And then after 2 months, I was supposed to see her. So this is actually now after what? This is now month 1 plus 2. That's now month 3 of the treatment. Me going into month 4. So going into month 4, I was supposed to go see her to get another prescription. So that was another $1,250. And then and then she was like, oh, okay, you're actually doing quite well. And then I got another 260 by 2 months. So that means for the 5th and 6th time of the treatment, 6th time which being the final, I didn't have to go for number 5 and number 6 to get a prescription. I just had it. I just had to go to the pharmacy so that they'll renew it for me. So yeah. So for the 4th one, that was $1,250. And then for the 5th and 6th time, I had to finish my treatment, and because the 6th time is the final one, I had to finish my treatment and wait for a month so that the medicine will be out of my system completely, no symptoms and whatever, so that she could assess me, which is where I was today. You saw my clips that I went to the dermatologist, which is where I was today, which was the final consultation, so that she could prescribe to clear out or to correct whatever I still had, which is this. Got my retinol, my hyperpigmentation has to be cleared out. But yeah, that was it. And I paid another $1,250. So yeah, that was that. So I think to be safe, you'd rather have change, honesty. Just have 10,000 rands, South African rands on the side just for consultation, because you're going to be seeing her regularly so that she sees how you're doing. So just have that regularly. And then for your blood tests, just have about 1,000 rands at most, just, to be safe. So to start the treatment, without the prescription or anything, you just have to have 11,000, rough figure. It might actually be way more. It might actually be way less. But yeah, 11,000 to be safe, for your consultations and for your 1 lab test that you need to see if you qualify for this treatment. So for the prescription, this one was painful, man. Let me just show you the products I used. So this was the sunscreen I still use. I apply this after every 2 hours. This was 300 rand. I got it in Dischem, but I actually saw that it's cheaper in Clicks. I think in Clicks it's like 250. So yeah, just compare as well, just to be safe. This is the cleanser that I use. It's the Cetaphil skin cleanser. Face and body, it is for all skin types. In all honesty, I don't remember the price for this, but you see it in the description box. And then, because your skin will be so irritated from the meds, it will be so sensitive, you're advised to use this twice a day to ease the itchiness or whatever sensation you'll be feeling that is weird on your skin, the tingling and the whatever. Use this twice a day. And then I was also prescribed with this emulsifying cream. They make it for you. You also need a prescription for it from the pharmacy. So this varied because sometimes when my prescription said I should get 2 months, they would fill this up. And then if it's for 1 month, it depended with the thingy actually, with the pharmacist. Sometimes the pharmacist would prefer that I come for a refill, or sometimes they'll just give me the whole tab full. So yeah, but then it was all the same because I'm so close to the pharmacy, so I didn't really see it as an inconvenience, like traveling costs and whatever. So yeah, so the breakdown of my prescription was the very first time I spent, for all the products, I spent 2,850 rand. And then after that, I was allowed to, oh, and the eye drops. I should have shown you the eye drops. I don't remember if I still have them. But yeah, I was supposed to get everything from scratch. So obviously the first time was the most expensive thing. Following that, I never spent 2,850 on my products. However, every month I had to put aside about 1,500 for my add-ons and stuff, because I mean it wasn't cheap. The drugs were the ones that were super expensive. I think the time that I didn't spend a lot was when I got the 30 milligrams. I think I got them for about 700 or 600, but the drugs were super expensive. They could even get to 1,200, just the drug, just the pill for the whole month. So yeah, my prescription ranged from 1,003 to 1,007 at times. So this was for an entire 6 months. So we can just say roughly my prescription ranged from 8,100 to 10,000. So let's just say 10,000 because, like I said, it also depends with the amount you use. I mean, I don't know if I should say with the size of your face. No, I'm actually serious. I'm not mocking or anything, because I think it's actually applicable, because I think if you have a generally bigger face, you're going to use more. And also it depends with how you define more, whatever, because with this, there's no really correct or, okay, obviously you have to put enough. So, but how people define enough is also different. So yeah, with this, maybe you could find yourself using 3 whatever, because on my prescription I would be prescribed 2 just for 1 month, but I would see myself finishing the entire month with just 1. So it depends. So yeah, the total cost for my treatment, I would say, was 21,000 South African rands. I was not on medical aid. I am on medical aid, but the medical aid I am on is an international one, so it's not recognized in SA per se. However, I am allowed to claim, but I have to have cash firsthand. So I used cash for my treatment. So yeah, it was 21,000 South African rand. And yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I am more than willing to help because I know and I can relate. I know how acne can be, and it's not cute. If you feel sad or if you feel anxious about it, I get you. I was there and I understand you. I'm never going to be that type of person that is going to point it out when I see you, because it has been done to me and it didn't feel nice. So yeah, I don't want to do that to anyone else. I hope this video helped. I tried to make it as short as possible because I don't like long videos, and I think you guys don't like long videos as well, because I look at my watch hours whenever I upload long videos. Like, people only watch up to 5 minutes. So yeah, But if you liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel, guys. Like, we need 300 subscribers. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Come on. And yeah, also turn on that notification bell. I'm also trying to join the team I'm trying to join the consistent team. Yeah, I think that sounds right. Yes, I'm trying to be consistent. So every single Sunday, you're going to be receiving a video from this lovely person. And yeah, let's do the things. Until next time, bye guys. Thank you so very much for watching my video. Mwah.